The 12 zodiac signs and 12 reasons why they would be fired from their jobs. By the way, I'm Lamar Townsend. I'm a natural intuitive, clairvoyant, clairaudient, empathic, psychic tarot reader. And this video and these videos that I do are strictly, purely for entertainment and fun. And I just hope they make you laugh, if anything. I would love it if you could contact me at lamartownsendtarot.com for your own personal, private, confidential psychic tarot reading or your own birth chart reading. You can purchase your reading directly from my website. You can also learn more about me and read and watch some personal reading testimonials from people who have gotten, or from clients who have gotten, readings from me numerous times. Okay, so visit my website lamartownsendtarot.com for that information. You can follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend, like me on Facebook, facebook.com/LamarTownsendOfficial. And I would love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and share with your friends and family if you find it entertaining or if you find it useful of some sort or some way. Anyways, thank you for listening and watching this video, 12 zodiac signs and 12 reasons why they would be fired from their jobs. This could apply to any job, any profession, doesn't really matter unless you're an entrepreneur. You know, if you're an entrepreneur, the only way you can be fired is if you fire yourself, if you hand over your job, your company to someone else. So if you sell your, company, your job, or whatever to someone else, that's the only way you can fire yourself as an entrepreneur or whatever. So otherwise, these are some reasons. I came up with a list of 12 reasons why each of the zodiac signs would be fired from their jobs according to their personalities. These reasons are not true in any way. They are just purely for entertainment and jokes, people. But as they say, there is truth in every joke, right? As my legendary, one of my favorite comedians, Joan Rivers, and many other people would say, there's truth in every joke. All right. First on the list, we have Cancer. Cancer would be given the pink slip for gossiping and being too rebellious. Now, I will say that Cancers, for the most part, are pretty hard workers. They are about their money. When a Cancer gets a good position, a good job, they hold on to it for as long as they can. Cancers are very smart, hard-working people. But Cancers love to gossip, okay? And sometimes that can get them in trouble. Also, Cancers, when they're not getting their way, when they're not being treated the way they feel they deserve to be treated, when they feel they're being treated unfairly, they can get a little bit rebellious. And, rebellious Cancer is not a nice Cancer, okay? Not a good Cancer, okay? To deal with, at least. All Cancers are good, right? Alright, second on the list, we have Aquarius. Aquarius is another hard worker. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, so also ruled by Uranus, but Saturn is the planet of discipline and hard work and work ethic. So there is an element to Aquarius that is just a naturally hard worker, a naturally disciplined worker, right? But Aquariuses can also be very difficult to deal with in the workplace, and their worst trait and their darkest trait, like, just absolutely, like, just difficult to deal with, like, you know what I'm saying? And, sometimes Aquariuses have difficulty taking direction. They don't take direction very well. And, too many mess ups, too many issues with, staff and management and whatever. And, companies will find a reason to let you go, right? Taurus, third, lazy, not adaptable, not a fit, not a good fit. Tauruses are known for. Tauruses are an earth sign, so they're known to be hard workers. Excuse me. They're known to be hard workers. They are actually not by nature lazy, but they do have tendencies to sometimes fall into being lazy. And You know, everyone knows when you're too lazy too many times, too often on the job, that causes for some concern, right? Tauruses are also super duper stubborn. You know, they have difficulty adapting, to, environments sometimes, to, um, management, ways of doing things, like Taurus can just sometimes have difficulty adapting, and sometimes, companies, people just need you to adapt very quickly, and if you just have, take too long or have too much difficulty adapting, then, you're not a good fit, right? Which is the next thing. You're not a fit. Tauruses can sometimes just not be a fit, it's like, Tauruses just aren't sometimes a fit, and they know it, and the company knows it, but it's just like, what can you do? The fourth, we have Gemini. Geminis, for the most part, are very reliable people, actually, when they find a good position, but in their worst trait, Geminis cannot be very reliable. And Geminis also can have a failure sometimes to fact check and see the details, which can cause mishaps and cause Geminis to sometimes fumble and mess up. And too many of those also, is some cause for concern, right? So, with Geminis, there's just a need to be very reliable, on a consistent basis. If Geminis are also sometimes good at getting in with people, good. So it really depends with a Gemini. But, fifth, I just had to count. I was like, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have Leo. Leos, very loyal people, very loyal, hardworking, dedicated people. But in their worst trait, when they don't like what they are, when they don't like their environment, when they don't like the people they're working with, Leos can be a little bit lazy or a lot lazy. And in that same, token, in that same lane, Leos can sometimes not be well liked, by people in the company, which can, cause, people to sabotage the Leo, and so, sometimes get them fired in some way, and Leos are sometimes, known to take too many days off, to call out maybe too many times, too often, right? Sixth, we have Virgo. Now, Virgos are interesting because Virgos are very, very hard workers. It's very actually difficult for a Virgo to get fired. Virgos know the benefit of a buck. Virgos are just very hard workers, very dedicated people to their work and their money. But a Virgo, if they don't like their job, they're naturally very detailed, people, especially when it comes to their job. But if they aren't too fond of their job, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if they have a lot going on in their lives, can be sometimes prone to, missing certain details, certain mishaps, like just missing the details, maybe in projects or sometimes Virgos can be prone to no call, no show. In their worst trait, when they've just got a lot going on, sometimes they can be prone to maybe showing up late often, or every now and then, just, having a little bouts of unreliability, like, little bouts of, just like behavior that's unlike a Virgo, you know what I'm saying? But too many of those times, causes for some concern, right? All right, seven, we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a very free spirit. They're very free spirited people. They go at the beat of their own drum, right? They go at their own pace. But Sagittarius are sometimes known for being late, unreliable, inconsistent, and they can sometimes, in their worst trait, make clients and customers uncomfortable, whether it's a joke they said, whether it's, sometimes they even make other employees, other like staff uncomfortable, and it's just like, it's just weird sometimes, but for the most part, Sagittarius is a very, very good people, when they know their craft, when they know what they're doing, when they are serious about their money and serious about their job, and their career, they are great assets to a company typically. So the next we have Scorpio. Now, Scorpios, once again, like most of the zodiac signs in this list, are usually great assets to a company. They are very loyal people. They are, when they're loyal people, they tend to be very detailed people. They tend to see things other people don't. So, like I said, they're great assets to a company, especially when they've been within a company for a long time and they have loyalty within a company, or to the people within a company. Um, Scorpios are also very secretive people, so sometimes they can be prone to doing things in secret. And as we know, things done in the dark always come out in the light. So, Scorpios can be prone to doing things like in their worst trait, like stealing or something like that, or just doing something in secret in the dark that eventually comes out into the light. And then it's like, Scorpio, we have to let you go, you know? Not all Scorpios, but, some. And 9, we have Libra. Libras tend to be very hardworking people, dedicated people, great workers. But Libras in their worst trait can be, and because they're social butterflies, they can be lazy. They like to talk a lot, like Geminis. Geminis can sometimes be lazy and like to talk a lot. Um, Libras can also be prone to, not being up to speed enough, not being able to keep up sometimes, and, too often of not being able to keep up, not being able to keep up to speed causes for some concern, right? But otherwise, Libra's a great worker, usually Libras are very, very dedicated, very hard workers, great assets to a company. All these zodiac signs are assets to a company. Like all the zodiac signs are assets and just like period. You know what I'm saying? So Pisces, number 10. Pisces can be prone to being late, unreliable, inconsistent. But once again, on the flip coin, Pisces can also be very dedicated and hardworking and loyal. So, it really depends on what the Pisces is really going through in their personal lives. Pisces can sometimes have difficulty keeping their personal lives at home, coming to work and just being very work focused. Gemini is the same way sometimes. And I'm not throwing shade at Geminis in this, video. Aries, number 11. Aries are hard workers, but in their worst trait, Aries can be unreliable, and when they have a lack of passion or care for their job, they can be Debbie Downers for companies. They can be just unreliable, inconsistent. If Aries has to really care about what they're doing for an Aries to really be full force, like 100%. So, and last but not least, we have Capricorn. Capricorns are probably the hardest working sign in the zodiac, right? All the earth signs are very hardworking. Capricorns are ruled by Saturn, which is, Saturn, as we've established, is the planet of hard work ethic. So when Capricorns don't enjoy what they're doing, when they hate their job, when Capricorns are going through something in their lives, in their worst trait, they can be lazy, they can be late, they can have a lack of passion, a lack of care for what they're doing, which can cause some mistakes, some missteps, things like that. But otherwise, a Capricorn is an amazing asset to a company. They're hard workers. They are dedicated. They work hard for their money, and you know, they just have to care about what they're doing. So these are the 12 reasons why 12 zodiac signs would be let go from their jobs. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. You know, some people are just meant to be entrepreneurs. People are just meant to do their own thing. Some people are meant to find what works for them, you know. So for some reason, the song that comes to mind right now is Michael Jackson. She's a slave to the rhythm, slave to the rhythm. But the remix made by Timbaland. So anyways, I'm getting into another video. Alright, so thank you guys for listening and watching. I hope this video entertained you. Please like and subscribe. Contact me at lamartownsendtarot.com for your own personal, private, confidential psychic tarot reading. Until the next video, until the next time, I wish you guys nothing but the best love, health, and success. Find your purpose, find your life path, okay? Thank you guys for listening and watching.